Welcome back to the LackLuster channel. Today's story features the Pembroke Pines Police Department in Florida, whose agency patch bears the phrase, "Building a strong tradition." A tradition of what is the question? Corruption, lying, and misconduct are certainly on the table when considering the customs and practices of law enforcement, and this video will show a glimpse of why so many have so little trust in the police. Adam Rossen from the Rossen Law Firm, as well as several attorneys and partners, regularly post in-depth videos to their YouTube channel that help explain a variety of legal concepts from DUIs to white-collar crime. However, a recent video posted to the channel shows officers arrive at the home of one of the Rossen firm's clients to serve them with a risk protection order after an undisclosed incident involving a firearm.
Yeah, you're gonna have, this is a civil, this has nothing to do with the criminal case. Let me just explain that to you. This is specifically the city against the fact that you currently own firearms and have access to firearms and are not responsibly keeping them locked in a safe and preventing your daughter from having access to the firearms. So this is a civil order. It's a restraining order basically against firearms, ammunition, and your concealed weapons permit. This has nothing to do with the criminal case. This is something in addition.
The officer initially tries to appear aware and sympathetic of the woman's right to due process and answering questions about the case.
You don't have to answer any questions. You don't have to tell us anything about the civil case. This is specifically a risk protection order. That's a restraining order against firearms, ammunition, and your concealed weapons permit. So that's why you would have to sign accepting the fact that you have a final hearing where you can have somebody like a legal attorney or a lawyer represent you at the final hearing that's going to be in about 14 days. So you're just accepting that you're getting your court date. That's what you're signing, essentially, saying that you're accepting your court date.
The problem is that signing this order does much more than acknowledge a future hearing. In fact, it waives the hearing altogether and acknowledges the woman's receipt of the order. A risk protection order is a temporary restriction of an individual's access to firearms if they are deemed a danger to themselves or others. Signing it would allow law enforcement to remove firearms from their home and prohibit new firearm purchases during the duration of the order. But it appears that the officers are banking on the woman not understanding the effects of signing the order and go far and beyond simply encouraging her to do so. Feeling skeptical, the woman calls her attorney, who had already been retained prior to this encounter.
You can accept servicing, saying you were, but you're not agreeing to anything in there.
Okay.
You're not agreeing to stipulations, but she'll accept.
Okay, so you, by signing that you have a final hearing, you obviously wouldn't be agreeing to it. You're agreeing that you're going to go to the hearing. It's basically what you're signing, saying that you received your court date and you're going to go to the hearing. If you don't go to the hearing, just so you know, the judge is going to grant the order for the 12-month time.
For the next 45 minutes, the officer continuously attempts to win over the woman, deploying several unethical and possibly unlawful tactics, such as telling the woman that her lawyers don't have her best interests in mind, and essentially begging the woman to just sign the papers against the advice of her legal representatives.
Just so you know, you can't decline receiving. You're being served essentially with a civil order from a judge.
I'm going to receive it, but
you have to sign saying that you received it, because
wait. Sorry.
Okay, but if you don't sign, you're going against the judge's orders. The judge is requiring you to sign saying you received your court date. You have to sign accepting your court date.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know this attorney is going to mess you up.
Okay.
They're not doing what's in your best interest. At least, I hate lying, I'm sorry. At least sign accepting your court date.
The woman's lawyer asks to see the documents, offering to use a video call to view them, prior to even considering instructing her client to sign them, but the officers are resistant to that idea as well.
I would like to see it before I have her sign it.
We can't, it's an injunction. This is a court order from a judge. She has to sign this. She has to sign saying she has a final hearing in 14 days, and I'm going to give you that date. But essentially, that's when you can prepare everything for her and represent her and say all the reasons why she doesn't meet the needs for a final order of 12 months.
The woman's lawyers also ask if they can accept service on her behalf, but are denied.
Can the attorneys accept service on her behalf?
No, we cannot, because the whole thing behind the risk protection order is that she is served with it and that she is in compliance with the order.
Eventually, the body cams are shut down. The officers continued to lie and trick the woman into signing the papers.
Just so you know, they're making it worse. I'm gonna go off.
What she ended up signing was a joint stipulation for the entry of agreed final order. What that means is the court date mentioned previously.
You would have to sign accepting the fact that you have a final hearing where you can have somebody like a legal attorney or a lawyer represent you at the final hearing that's going to be in about 14 days.
Would no longer happen because the entire purpose of that court date was to provide the woman's lawyers an opportunity to bring arguments against the protection order in front of a judge. Ironically, the documents that the officers wouldn't allow the lawyers to see said that the woman had the opportunity to review the stipulation with her attorneys. The day after this incident, the Rossen Law Firm received the signed documents and immediately called the legal office at the Pembroke Pines Police Department. As expected, the agency refused to release the body cam footage, so the Rossen firm was forced to file a motion to have them furnished. And when the totality of the circumstances were finally explained to the judge and confirmed by body-worn camera footage, a motion to vacate the risk protection order was granted, and now an internal affairs complaint against the officers was submitted to the department.
Those officers need to be held accountable because it's situations like this that erode the public trust when we're talking about law enforcement.
So, as always, let me know how genuinely surprised you are with these officers' behavior. Do you think they were actively trying to deceive the woman? Or is it possible that these law enforcement officers are just ignorant of the law and all things legal? Leave your comment below and be sure to check out the Rossen firm and their lineup of videos. And while you're there, be sure to let them know that I sent you.
You would have to sign accepting the fact that you have a final hearing where you can have somebody like a legal attorney or a lawyer represent you at the final hearing that's going to be in about 14 days. So you're just accepting that you're getting your court date.
Thanks for watching. If you have a video, use the submit link in the description or pinned comment. If you enjoyed this one, subscribe and hit the bell for future content. And check out our other channels, Lady LackLuster and The Odd Side. Remember to like, share, and leave a comment about what you think of this interaction. It's the easiest way for you to help expose corruption and misconduct. Merchandise is available using the links below. Join the LackLuster family for just $1 if you'd like to further support the channel. Get a Lack logo next to your name, custom emotes, and early access to videos. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. All links are down below.